Is it simply a political reality that you can't get comprehensive reform done? You have to chip away at this piecemeal. What you introduced was a temporary 2-year authority to expel migrants, but with an exemption for asylum claims because of the immediate
That's
Title
right.
42 expiration.
That's a
coming May 11th.
Band-Aid. The Biden administration had 2 years to prepare for this and did not do so. And our state is going to bear the brunt. And migrants will be in crisis as soon as next week. It will be a humanitarian crisis because we are not prepared. So the legislation we introduced yesterday is about tiding this over, giving us some time and space for the Biden administration to do their job, and for us legislators to actually create a plan that can get through both the House and the Senate.
But the votes aren't there for this replacement, essentially, of Title 42, the 2-year ability to expel migrants without guaranteed asylum hearings.
We don't know that yet. We just introduced the bill yesterday.
Well, Republican Senator Lankford was out criticizing it, saying it doesn't solve the problem. And he has been a partner to you.
Yeah. No, but I don't think that's a criticism. He's right that it doesn't solve a problem.
You think you can get this passed before next week? Before May
Thursday.
11th?
Oh, God, no, Margaret. This is the United States Senate.
That's what I was saying.
I don't think we can get agreement on a restroom break by next Thursday. The United States Senate is functioning at a fairly dysfunctional level right now. And that's due to the partisanship that is driving both parties. As you and I both know, both parties have benefited for decades by not solving this challenge. They use it to bash each other in elections. And what bothers me about that, Margaret, is that, look, they don't live in a border state. So they don't know that the mayor of Gila Bend has to put migrants in his car and drive them to Phoenix because they are released in a town that has no bus stop. They don't know what it's like for migrants to sleep outside in the farms in Yuma because there is nowhere for them to go. This is a crisis for our border communities and for migrants. And so, unfortunately, the parties are thinking about this from a political perspective rather than a human perspective.
You said the administration failed to create a workable plan to process migrants after May 11th, Title 42. They would say they've got the troop deployment of 1,500s, processing centers, a phone app, expansion of legal migration, regulation that will bar migrants from asylum if they did not first seek asylum in a third country. Do you support any of what the administration has done?
Well, these steps, which all have been announced in the past week or so, are helpful. These are very helpful. Having 1,500 troops along the U.S.-Mexico border is helpful. It is a border of over 2,000 miles, though. So 1,500 troops isn't going to get the job done. That's just the reality. We also are very concerned that all of this is happening in the week or so before the rollout. Just today, I was on the phone with the sheriff of Cochise County. He has gotten no information from the Department of Homeland Security or the federal government about what the flow is going to look like, about what they can expect for processing in terms of how long it takes to process migrants. He's gotten no information, neither have I, about how many buses there will be available to transport migrants. Now, he's gotten the information he does have from me, because I call him every few days, but he's not gotten that information from the Department of Homeland Security. And Margaret, what's unfortunate is that I'm asking for that information and I'm not getting it. And so either the administration has that information and they're choosing not to share it, which is a problem since we're the ones who are going to deal with the crisis, or they don't have it. And that's even more concerning because how do you prepare for an inflow of migrants when you don't know what you're going to expect?
And that hasn't been shared with the governor?
It has not been shared with the governor. I spoke with the governor yesterday.
Wow.
It has not been shared. So we do not have this information. There are 3 nonprofit organizations in Arizona that provide